All right, welcome back. If you watched part one of the general reading for the sign of Virgo, if not, this is a general reading. Not all the messages will resonate or apply to everyone. If you get through not even half of this and it doesn't sound familiar, it is not your reading. Um, if you have not watched part one, I would definitely suggest you do that because this is just for clarifiers to get more information over what I've already gone through. Um, Again, this will not resonate for anyone or anyone. That's a terrible intro. This will not resonate for everyone. So if you do want a more tailored, specific reading for your personal situation, then I have all my details or all my information in the detail box below for how to get a personal reading. I don't remember if I said this is for Virgo. Yeah. And we're going to get right into it. And the overall energy, I guess I can move that. So I kind of wouldn't even watch this unless you've watched part one, but I'm going to try to do this much quicker. Like I said in the first one, I cut the spread down a little bit, so maybe it's not so long. One more with the almost said the Aries. It's not really even Aries, it's Pisces. One more with the Fool and the Three of Swords, please. For Virgo's overall energy, please clarify one more with the Fool and the Three of Swords. For Virgo's overall energy, please. One, two, okay, and three. Oh, I guess I should grab that card, huh? All right, so we have a fire sign here. Again, signs are not as important as energy. Oh, wow, and we have... I don't read reversals unless they come out that way, but that's the way it came out. So yeah, this stuff is definitely feeling like somebody that you've dealt with and definitely had, at least at one point, a toxic or codependent or obsessive connection with, or or is all about uh, it was all about the wand. It was all about sex. We're all adults here. With the devil in the reverse, at some point you did release this person or they did release you, but because the devil is here, even though it's in the reverse is usually like gaining back control, releasing that kind of negative toxic energy. It can also, like, it's here, so it's still saying, as much as you might try to deny it, there is somewhat of a curiosity at the lowest level. So yeah, this could be, specifically that's a Sagittarius, but the Knight can be any of the fire signs. Doesn't necessarily have to be even a fire sign. But it's kind of funny. It's like almost like a runner-chaser energy here, because the Knight is headed towards the Fool, who's headed off the cliff. And in between them is the Three of Swords. So it's like you're both kind of clueless in this situation, or at least acting clueless. You're just going towards what excites you at the moment, or what inspires you at the moment, or what has just caught your eye. Don't know why I'm doing that. I'm not using that deck right now for clarifier. Who or what is this Knight of Wands? Who or what the Knight of Wands represent, please, for Virgo's overall energy. I don't know if this night could be you, because you did show up as the Page of Wands in your current. So you could be the one that has a little bit of an obsession. It's not full on overblown, but it's also, you're not completely detached from it either. But you are rushing right towards that Three of Swords because you're chasing after this Fool, unless somebody's chasing after you. This Fool is completely clueless, and you're completely clueless because that's in between. Nobody rushes towards their own heartbreak on purpose, do they? Oh boy. Yeah, we got the Queen of Cups and the Judgment that came out. Somebody wants a reconciliation. Clarify that night, please. 1, 2. We also have Capricorn energy here, as well as Pisces and Aries. 3. Yeah, Page of Swords. Another page. We've had 3 pages so far in this reading. So you're not acting, or this person is not acting at their highest vibration. This is all low tier, low level stuff. This could be that you do kind of snoop, you do kind of stalk, and I don't mean like sitting outside their window watching through the bushes while they take a shower. It's more like you check up on their social media sites, you follow what they're doing, you may even ask mutual friends or family to gather information about this person, or they are doing that to you. Because keep in mind, I don't know who's who. I'm not focused on any one particular person. But this other individual is kind of completely clueless. They have no idea what's going on, and they're just doing their own thing. Just looking for the next hot ticket, I guess. They're just grooving. They're just vibing. Meanwhile, we got this chaser. Oh boy. So let's move on, because I want to make these shorter. I want to make these more easily digestible. Why did I move that? It's right. It's in the middle already. Okay, so let's clarify one more. This is your current energy situation with the Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands. One more with the Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands. I'm not taking that one. Just flipped out on the back side. I will take that one. Oh, those. How many is that? 2? One more with the Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands, please, for Virgo's current energy situation. 1, 2. Get back in there. 3. King of Cups. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't necessarily have to be. It could just be an emotional I'll have to clarify that. Oh yeah, so we have the Moon and the Ace of Cups that came out as well. So yeah, there's definitely some information here now, especially with the Seven of Swords and the Moon, that is not, there's uncertainty, there's a lack of clarity, there's hidden motives, or there's information that is hidden. Not all the facts are there. Or you are willfully ignoring them. Because that's kind of the energy I get from that page. He's just kind of like, it's almost like blatantly ignoring, just not acknowledging something, even though we do have a card about intuition, but it's intuition that can be skewed. And we have the High Priestess that showed up twice. The King of Cups can be very intuitive. Um, Let me see. Hmm. The Moon and the Ace of Cups. For very few of this could be an unexpected or unknown pregnancy. Somebody's hiding a pregnancy. But for most of you, I feel like this is just, again, just kind of reconfirming the fact that you do have feelings involved in this. It's not just lust, it's not just the excitement factor. You're not completely exposing that to the person that you're reaching out to, though. You're making it very light and very airy and very cool and very oh yeah, I'm just here to check up on you and share a few laughs and that's all. But in reality, you do have deep feelings for this person. Now it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer. Um, but I don't. Again, the signs are not as important. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and clarify. We got the card about confusion and lack of clarity and too many options. Um, Mental fog come out. So let's see what the Seven of Swords. Why is the Seven of Swords here for Virgo's current energy situation? Why is the Seven of Swords here, please? For some of you, if this is not you doing this, this is somebody that's pursuing you. They're being very cool about it, and seemingly it's low level kind of flirtatious messages, but underneath that, their feelings are deeper. They have deeper feelings than they're letting on. Seven of Swords, please. Seven of Swords for Virgo's current energy. 1, 2, 3. Page of Pentacles, same thing that was in your... Yeah, I think this is reigniting something from somebody that you've already kind of moved on from. You're giving it a fresh spin or a fresh start, or they are. And that really applies for what I said in the first video, what I heard when I saw that Page of Pentacles, which is the title of this reading. If you didn't catch that, if you're just now popping in, um, this could also mean for some of you that you're strategizing a way in order to leave maybe a family or a situation where you can further your career or your um, maybe training or knowledge, maybe going back to school, and you're trying to like figure out a way to do that because you may have obligations or duties or responsibilities or a job or something, this or that, but you're also trying to get into a better situation than what you're currently in, a more stable situation. That does not feel as strong as what I've been saying, though. Page of Wands, please. Page of Wands. 1, 2. Okay, that's the one I want. 3. Don't necessarily want that one. I think you're giving yourself a burden, or you're creating a burden, or this will become burdensome, even though it's something that you want right now. It's, yeah. See, same card. You're covering it up with this attitude of like, I don't care, nonchalant about everything, but underneath that, again, there's deeper emotions here. There's deeper feelings, and you're also stressed about it. It keeps you up at night. You think about it. It affects your day. It affects your patterns. It affects um, your other relationships even. And then we have the Hangman come out. That is Pisces. Why does it get the Hangman confused with um, the Magicians? I don't think it's Virgo. It's not Virgo. It's Pisces. So let's see this King of Cups real quick. I think you've put a lot of things on hold, like energetically. Like you might still be like on autopilot and doing the things that you're supposed to do, but at the same time, like energetically, you've put everything else on hold. And you're kind of like just waiting with bated breath, even though you're giving off this super cheerful and I don't have a care in the world facade or face. This is what's going on underneath. But again, if this is not you, that doesn't sound familiar to you, it could be the other person. For some of you, this could even be your person and you don't know that they're doing this with someone else, but I don't feel that as strongly. King of Cups, please. Okay. King of Cups for Virgo's current energy situation. 1. I am not taking all of that. Same cards over and over. That's good confirmation. 2. And 3. Could be, oh well, there's you, Virgo. I was about to say it could be a Virgo, but you're the Virgo. Okay, yeah. See, this is somebody that you've had an ending, a difficult ending with. Now, for some of you, this could be that you're finding out that somebody is very ill. Maybe an illness that everyone thought was clearing up has come back stronger. It could even be like an addiction that that everyone thought that they were beating or overcoming has come back. Um, it could be even, I would hate to say that, but for some of you, it could be cancer, like a remission, or just somebody that's been down on their luck for a long time. Now, the Wheel of Fortune would suggest that it's a change, but for the better or worse, I don't know. We are this person, and I don't feel like this is you. It could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but I feel like more than anything, more than even just another person, I feel like you're looking to get your feelings hurt. Not that you're like actively doing that, like you're, oh, I think I want to go smash my heart against a rock right now. It's like, again, back to that high priestess, and you've already experienced this. You have past experience to go from, and you have intuition at your disposal, and yet you're repeating the same cycle. This is the Ten of Swords, which is completion, and then we have the Wheel, which is, they can talk about a twist of fate or destiny or fate or something fated, karma even. But it can also talk about cycles, repetitive cycles. Until you learn that lesson, you are doomed to repeat the same. Um, and what is that? What is the Wheel of Fortune? Is that Jupiter or is that Uranus? Because if it's Uranus, it's Aquarius. If it's Jupiter, it's Sagittarius. Now, technically, some readers say it's 4 signs, the 4 fixed signs. But I guess it doesn't really matter. You go from the 9 to the 10. It's like leading up to the same thing. For those of you that it's not a relationship, I would kind of see this as um, the news or the offer that you've been waiting for. You're currently going through a disappointment regarding that. Some kind of new beginning or new start. It's delayed, and it's more than just that sucks for you right now. Right now, for you, it's like it's devastating for you for whatever reason. Maybe you had really high hopes for this, which it shows that you did with that page. Um, Maybe somebody built it up a little too much with that 7. They made it seem like you definitely had the position, or you definitely had the spot, or you definitely had the tickets to go on this cruise, and then you find out that they were exaggerating, or they were talking out of their you know what. Or if this is a person that you're dealing with that is ill, or you know going through a hardship, they tried to hide it from you. But those are not the stories that really stuck out to me. But I'll look at what are we doing? Strengths. I need to pick this up. If I want to keep this under an hour, I need to pick this up. 3 and 4 of Cups for Virgo strengths here. Friends, close-knit family, close-knit social circle are a good support system, but you also have a good internal support system. Like you are very good at making decisions in a balanced way, not too much emotion, but not so much logic and rationale that you neglect that emotional part. Okay, so one more with the 3 and the 4 of Cups, please, for Virgo. What are their strengths here with the 3 and 4 of Cups? What is helping them? 1, 2. So you know how to have a good time, but you also know how to chill out. And how is that a strength? Okay, that makes sense. So you're good at compartmentalizing. When there is other people that are, having a good time and partying and living the life and creating all this noise and commotion, and then there's the chaotic part, the crap that goes really, really wrong and could put other people like that could trap them or bind them or um, get them stuck, especially in their own head. You have a really good grasp on kind of centering yourself and staying away from the extremes, if that makes sense. You pull yourself out of these things into yourself in order to um, really go within, internalize, and ask yourself, what is the proper course of action? Like you know, you're a very good self-care kind of, not that you're almost like a really good self-therapist, if that you've got your head on your shoulders and you're very level-headed, you're very grounded, and you don't panic when others might panic. You don't go crazy and splurge and do goofy stuff to the extent that it puts somebody else in a really bad situation. You know how to pull yourself back from that. So if your problem right now is that you're getting yourself into a situation where you could potentially get hurt or hurt somebody, your strength is to pull yourself back to reality, to pull yourself out, kind of like an outer body experience, but also more internal, and see things from a different perspective, see things from a wider perspective. Like you got that wide lens um, perspective when you want to, when it comes down to doing a thing and really committing to it. That's what you do, and you're really good at it. Not like you don't need a therapist, you don't need a support system, you don't need friends, you don't need advice, um, but you give yourself damn good advice. That's the best way I can put that. You don't get trapped in anxiety and fear and what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Or even worse, like there's nothing I can do. I'm doomed to be here for all eternity. I will never get out of this situation. Like Eeyore, if you can imagine that, like how he everything was doom and gloom. You can keep sane. All right, so weaknesses. What is hurting you at this time? What are your weaknesses with the Magician and the Page of Pentacles? One more with the Magician and the Page of Pentacles for Virgo's weaknesses or challenges here. One. I'm not taking that. Two. Three. Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups. Got a lot of cups. Now why is she here? Current energy is that same. You're too emotional at this time. Not too emotional. You're putting too much weight into your emotional attachment. You're manifesting out of this emotional space instead of logic at this time. It's like in the background of the Queen of Cups is this roaring waterfall. And so if you can imagine the sound that would make, it's almost like static electricity turned up to the highest ampage. And that's what you set your sights on. What you're manifesting, rather. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead, clarify. Oh, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well with the Queen of Cups. But I'm not going to lie, this person that you had this connection to, even though there seems to be something that was toxic about it, or obsessive at least, on somebody's end, or codependent, or just runner chaser, whatever it was that led to the Three of Swords, there was something deep there. You weren't just imagining it, but at the same time, there was also something that just didn't work, clearly. Hey, excuse me, Page of Pentacles, please. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? One, two. Queen of Cups just came out again. Three. I only said you're too emotional because of all the cups that have been coming out. It had the Ace of Cups, Four of Cups, Three of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, the Moon. There's very little swords other than kind of more difficult. Very little pentacles. So it's all like the intangible. So Three of Pentacles, like you have a willingness to work, but again, it's low level. And I don't know that it's you that's low level. Obviously, I think there's a somebody's open to the idea of working together. Please clarify this Queen. Clarify that Queen of Cups for what's challenging or what's hurting or what is Virgo's weakness at this time. 1, 2. I think that might have been death there. Definitely could be a Scorpio. 4 of Pentacles. No, 4 of Swords, or 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands is back here in your past. So I think this is a kind of a stubborn attachment to what was. But then again, it could be, if this is something that is still present for you, like if you are in a stable, committed, happy relationship and you're doing something outside of that, and for those of you that that applies to, you're you're drowning that out because of something that is less tangible than a pentacle, which is this page. Here is somebody that is willing to work with you towards um, something solid and stable and reliable, and yet you're stuck on the past connection that you felt here, or you're not noticing that because you're stubbornly holding on to something that's lower level. I hope that makes sense. See, you would want the King of Pentacles to want to make the offer towards you as opposed to the Page of Pentacles. Now, home situation may be an issue. Somebody that is possibly manipulating a money situation, like they're controlling the income as well for some of you. They're doing it under the pretext of, I just want to make sure that we have everything we need, blah 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 blah. But there's also it feels to you, it would feel undermining because you both built this home together and you don't understand why you can't have your own income. That's only for some of you. For the ones that I get the strongest message is that there's something going on in the background with another individual, and some of you may not even already be. You may not be like cheating or stepping outside of a commitment. Um, you just might not be. You might be going towards an ex. At one point, there was stability between the two and happiness, but obviously that changed. But you're holding on to that idea of what you're looking at the positives of what you had without acknowledging the reason that you broke up in the first place. And again, I'm taking too long. And you've manifested this. You've manifested this connection back without really considering what that could implicate long term. You were looking for short term gratification, short term. Uh, but yeah, it could have long term repercussions. So I'm not going to even touch the past, really. I mean, screw it. I'll do one more quick. This is a solid, happy connection, a family, a home, stability, structure, reliability, maybe even a past childhood, like a childhood friend that you've grown up with and you're still in contact with today. For some of you, that may be very significant to you. I'm not taking that. One more with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands for Virgo's recent past that's still influencing their current energy situation. This could even be soul ties. Very strongly just felt that soul ties. Yep, there's that Knight of Wands that just came back out up here. Aries, Leo, Sag, specifically Sagittarius. It could be any sign though. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it came back out anyway. Okay, this, for a lot of you, the reason that this ended up where it did is because of other people being involved, too many people. Now, that can be friends, that can be coworkers, that can be in-laws, that can be just, it can be anybody that has in some way influenced or affected that Four of Wands, which is that stable union. But it became very dramatic. You know, there was bickering, there was fighting, there was arguing. Nobody could come to a consensus. Everybody wanted to be the leader. Everybody wanted to be the one that everybody else listened to. There was no leadership. There was too many voices. Maybe even some low-level jealousy, conflict, kind of bickering. No, it's more so bickering. Egos being, you know, very loud. Everybody wanted to be that. And then what else? I had also it is a card about internal conflict. So somebody may have started to struggle with that, like being internally conflicted about something. Um, but it is a card about conflict. So what was stable? There was some type of disruption, some type of interference here. Um, and it could even be, like I said, somebody that came between and then advice or gossip or drama that was kind of like creating an almost toxic kind of thing. It's like, you know how some women can be passive aggressive. It's kind of like that. That passive aggressive, oh, we're just kidding, but in reality they're not. It's kind of like that. I don't think that it's friends. It's not, I don't know that it's necessarily friends, but it's a situation where it's just a little too much to deal with. I don't know that this would be something that ended the relationship or it was just something that's went on not too long ago and is now kind of one of the reasons you may have made this choice. Clarify one more with the Two of Wands and the Tower for what's coming towards Virgo, please. One more with the Two of Wands and the Tower. We have Scorpio, Aries energy here. 1. All right, taking that 1. Okay, 2. And come on, we need to hurry. Oh, get in there, 3. King of Wands. So this fire sign has been following Aries, Leo, Sag. Doesn't necessarily have to be a fire sign. Can be somebody very passionate, very ambitious, very attractive, especially you find attractive or they find attractive. Scorpio. Scorpio death. Somebody. Okay. Shocking ending, maybe. Out of the blue ending. Um, being. I mean, any king can make an executive decision. So this could be a king that's like in his full power and decides as a king, as a mature and competent and um I know my own mind. This is the decision I'm making and it's to end this. I don't know that that's you. I think this is you like waiting for a reply and then this is what happens, which would line up with what we're seeing. The 3 of Swords, the 9 of Swords that showed up twice, the Tower. This is an ending, a difficult or unexpected ending of some type, and I think it's being um, brought on by this King of Wands individual. Can we see what the Tower is? Any more information for this Tower, please? One, two. Oh, I just got like an energy of 3. 3 of Wands. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, this could definitely, for some of you, be a long distance relationship. But these are both cards about looking towards the future. This is expecting a good outcome, waiting for your ships to come in. And this is waiting. This is like not having made a choice or decision, or not having taken an action that you need to take yet because you're trying to decide. And this is having done that and done all the work and expecting the results to come in. But when I was shuffling, I looked at that king and I felt like this is somebody that demands something end. Like really coming in and taking, you know, like Gandalf, thou shalt not pass. Like it's demanding, making a very passionate and I won't say aggressive, but it's just like uh, powerful. It's powerful. Now, for others of you, this is coming from. I don't think I need to clarify this anymore. This is. For some of you, this could be something that happens at a distance as well. Like if you have a fire sign individual. Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah. So that's the thing that makes the most sense is like you're waiting on this person to take an action or make a decision. You're still waiting on this person, but you have had done more, invested more, offered more, and then the action that they took is what caught you by surprise, and it involved some type of ending or change. And I'm going to be honest, the cards that have been coming up, it does not feel positive. Um, Now, I don't think it's going to be life altering to the sense that like you are going to be crushed and you will never be able to move on from this, but it's just like it's definitely not what you were hoping for. Why do I keep grabbing that deck? One more with the 6 of Cups and the High Priestess for Virgo's advice. One more with the 6 of Cups and okay. One more. 1, 2, and 3. 3 of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. That would be Nine of Pentacles. Him. These two cards together can both talk about asking for outside help. And I don't mean like financial. So just because it's Pentacles, don't think it's financial. It can also be about not being afraid to ask for assistance in a situation. Whatever that assistance is for you. It could be financial, or it could be just advice. But being that the card of intuition is here, High Priestess, there could be somebody, a spiritual healer, leader, um, because the High Priestess, not a lot of tarot readers always bring this up, but she is metaphysical. So she can be a tarot reader. She can be a therapist. She can be a Reiki healer. She can be somebody that deals with holistic health. She can even be like a mother or grandmother that is really wise, but also has like a keen sense of things that is unexplainable sometimes, which would be low level psychic abilities. But regardless, the main thing I feel here. Oh, oh, that too. We got two individuals in each of these other cards. And the main individual, well, we got like three, but it's almost like you have people depending on you, and yet you're not present. At least not in the way that. So you can be in the same room with somebody and feel like they're not there. That's a small message. The main thing I feel here too is pay attention to your intuition. You already know the answer to the situation. You already kind of know the outcome, or you you know the probable outcome. Like I know how I think this will probably go, but it's that. And I think you need to open your heart to the idea of working together with somebody. Because back here you did have, I mean, you could read it two different ways. It's like low level, somebody that's like low level offering something, but it could also be that you're not noticing a tangible offer, a long term, something that has longevity behind it, a goal, and solid progress over something that was just kind of exciting at the moment. So if you have somebody in your life that's willing to try to be more balanced in the situation, try to bring balance and harmony, and um, they're very giving and they're open to being better, then that's something that you should definitely give more credit. But the main thing above all else, yeah, is listen to your intuition. Six of Pentacles. Why is that? I don't know what that, there is something else about this. The Six of Cups in between the High Priestess with the Six of Pentacles on the other side. There's something about that that's just like I can't quite put my finger on. Is this something that you've learned from childhood and you're replicating that pattern now? Like, say you didn't get a lot of attention from, if you're a woman, then it might be the father. If you're a man, it might be the mother. And you learn from a young age that you had to do certain things in a certain way to get that recognition, to get that acknowledgement. And you grew to kind of go after those relationships that they don't give you the attention that you need. So those are the ones that you put the most effort into because there's something about that child within you, your younger you that is craving to prove that wrong, even though that's not how it works. It's learning that you are enough, You don't need somebody's acknowledgement. You don't need somebody's validation. You don't need somebody to tell you, yes, you're worthy, um, in order to feel that way. In fact, it's almost like self-defeating. Like you're reaffirming those things that you learned as a child that hurt you so much just by chasing after these individuals that treat you the same way, you know. I mean, obviously, they're not your parent, but it's kind of like that pattern that you learned, and now you still, you don't think about it that way, but you're acting from that. You know. Anyway, let's move on. You're trying you're trying to get something out of someone that they didn't give before or that they can't give because you want to prove to yourself that you're worthy of getting that, but you're not going to get it from somebody that doesn't have it to give. So you're just creating more. I hope you understand what I'm saying. One more with the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords for the probable outcome here for Virgo, please. You're repeating the past, and you're also ignoring your intuition. One more with the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords, please, for the most probable outcome. Most probable because it cannot be definitive. We all have free will. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What's this? You'll overcome whatever this is. Like, you ignored your intuition, and it puts you in a bad mental place, or it will. I mean, again, not definitive. This is the direction you're headed, but I think you'll overcome. I think you'll recognize pretty quickly, like, yeah, I knew better. But then you'll just get back into your routine and you'll draw strength from the things that are solid and that are reliable, the people and the things and the routine and the things that give us comfort. I don't think it'll be so devastating to you that you won't be able to function for months and months. It'll be sucky, absolutely, but let's see what that was. Yeah, you'll overcome this. It'll hit you in the feels. It'll gut check you, but I think you'll definitely overcome this. And maybe, actually, now that I'm looking at it, maybe some of you do listen to your intuition and you do cut it off, or you do what you're supposed to do if it's not a person and you take some type of action. Um, for those of you that aren't dealing with somebody romantic or friend or whatever, and it's child related or it's job related, you do follow your intuition. You cut this off, or you take the action that you know that you're guided to take, and that's what kind of sucks about it. But in that case, and that feels even more right, actually. That case, you have just, it's a victory. You won't know it in the moment, but it is a victory because you've passed some type of test with that strength card, Leo energy here, but you've passed a test and you have grown in a way that you can't physically see, but um, definitely spiritually and emotionally and mentally. You strength is the ability to fight off our inner demons too. And remember how I said there was low level devil energy still attached to this. It was in the reverse. I mean, that means you're detaching from it in the most case, but it's still there. With the strength card, that would imply that you fought through it. You had the willpower, the determination, and the capability, basically, of fighting off or fighting for the right thing. All right, so I feel pretty good. Any more information here that you want Virgo to have before we close this out? Any more messages? What was that? Yeah, look at that. The Ten of Wands in the reverse. Releasing a burden. You don't know it yet, but you're actually creating a burden for yourself. In your current, not in this. In allowing this, if you were to listen to your intuition, you are actually releasing something, and that would become quite a burden. You will release a weight off of your shoulders and off of your soul, because I don't think this is like a physical burden, although it may affect you physically. So I think that's why this came out so strong for me, and it came out again, and the outcome is like yelling at you. Although she never yells, she never even speaks. It's still just very loud. But yeah, that's your reading. Let me know in the comments if this resonated for you, how it resonated for you, just anything you want to leave. If you want to say you suck, say you suck. I don't care. I'll probably say thank you. No, I won't. I'll probably block you, but thanks for sticking with me. Hopefully this is shorter. I have no idea. I have no timer. So, um, but yeah. All my information is in the description box. If you want to hit like, share, subscribe, any of that, feel free to. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for sticking with me this long. I hope to see you guys next time, and you guys have a wonderful night. I almost said wonderful, great, fantastic, super, incredible night.